Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network, the strongest medical ninja of the Uchiha family. I traveled to the world of Hokage and became a member of the Uchiha clan. After checking in and receiving the surgical results, I became a medical ninja tomorrow night. From then on, the Uchiha clan gained an additional medical ninja who did not focus on his profession or practice pupillary surgery. Sign in at the Uchiha tribe and receive a reward of strongest armed colorful dominance. Sign in at the top of the 3rd generation Huiying rock and receive a reward of immortal body. Sign in at the dragon cave and receive a reward of the eternal kaleidoscope. Yuzhibo Mingye, holding the idea of not being invincible or revealing his strength, silently insisted on signing in at my village. Until 10 years later, when Uchiha Itachi, Uchiha Daitu, Tuanzang, and 8 Flying Sun / wanted to slaughter the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Mingye could no longer hide. In the end, when Uchiha and Kienshizu fought against Mingye together, they were shocked to find that Mingye's strength had completely overwhelmed them. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 001 Powerful Medical Ninja, Uchiha Mingye. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wood leaves last for 47 years. There are no lights on in the Huiying office. The gloomy room appeared somewhat lifeless. 8 Flying Sun / looked at the sky outside the window with a gloomy expression. Lord Huiying, Gangsho has already left my village. She finally visited Uchiha Minamiya and stayed overnight at Uchiha Minamiya's residence. A dark ninja knelt down on one knee and respectfully reported. The silence continued, and the 3rd generation remained silent. But the gloomy expression on his face became increasingly apparent, as if he could drip water. After a full quarter of an hour, the 3rd generation said with a mournful expression, "You go down." After hearing these words, the dark ninja immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Standing in front of this man who claims to be a ninjutsu professor, his pressure is really too great. Now, Kiba is at the end of the 3rd World War, and the 3rd generation is still in its prime. Throughout the entire realm of ninja, there are few opponents that can be found. Kiba de Quan is also in control, and can be said to be the most powerful person in the entire ninja world. In addition to the current situation, Kiba has swept across other forces in the entire ninja world. Although a serious cost has been paid, the effect is also evident. The name of the largest village in the ninja world has not wavered at all. However, the 3rd generation, who should have been very happy, had no smile on their faces. The reason is also very simple. My own disciple, Gangsho, actually openly violated his dispatch. Using the absurd thing of phobia as an excuse, I am preparing to leave the village directly. Yuzhibo Mingye, you are indeed a disaster. The people of the Uchiha clan are so disgusting. Sandai squinted his eyes slightly, and a strong killing aura slowly released. When Gangsho left, he didn't actually come to see his teacher. Instead, he stayed overnight with the Uchiha clan and Uchiha Mingye. This is simply a blatant provocation towards him. Moreover, the Uchiha clan dared to accept Gangsho. The meaning behind it is simply self-evident. This Uchiha Mingye has made the hearts of the 3rd generation even more annoyed. Perhaps we can find a way to get rid of Yuzhibo Mingye. The Uchiha clan has too much possession, it's time to spit it out. An old woman slowly walked out of the corner. Turning to Xiaochun, one of the consulting teams of Mai. It can be considered as the senior core personnel of Kiba. Sandai was smoking a big cigarette in his mouth and did not respond. Cold light flashed through my eyes from time to time, but I couldn't make up my mind. Because this Uchiha Mingye is too special. As a member of the Uchiha clan, this person neither practices ninjutsu nor Sharingan. Instead, he became a medical ninja. Apart from treating illnesses and saving lives, I only do some physical exercise every day. If it's just this, it won't make the third generation afraid. More importantly, this Uchiha Mingye has a very high reputation in Kiba. Even with the title of Kiba Hero. In the ninja war, with his superb medical skills, he saved the lives of countless ninjas. Even the medical ninja Tsunado has to bow down in terms of treating illnesses and saving lives. So, the third generation dare not easily move Uchiha Mingye. We can't touch him yet, but giving him a lesson is not a problem. The discourse of the three generations is icy cold. Although he also wanted to directly kill Yuzhibo Mingye. But in order to consolidate their dominant position in Kiba, the third generation will not let benchmark characters like Uchiha Minamiya have problems. Because this will make ordinary people question his ruling power. If a hero from the leaf of wood could die inside the leaf of wood, how will the people below think? I'm afraid we'll start with doubts about his three generations. So, Yuzhibo can kill at night, but he must first splash dirty water. After ruining his reputation, there will be no hesitation in taking action. But before thinking about how to splash dirty water, the third generation is still prepared to prioritize safety. After all, being reckless is not his style. You are still as cautious as before when it comes to daily chopping. In my opinion, the Uchiha clan doesn't have many good things, so let's just take action. The piercing laughter of Xiaochun, who had been sleeping, came over. The old voice was as if a metal sheet was scratched on the glass, making people feel disgusted upon hearing it. It is obvious that Xiaochun is not very satisfied with the excessive caution of the three generations and the change of sleep. Listening to the mocking voice coming from the other person's words, there was no change in the expression of the third generation. I hope he knows what to do, and it would be even better if it could be useful to me. The third generation murmured softly. The powerful medical capabilities of Yuzhibo Mingye have also inspired him to have many ideas. In the ninja war, the weakening of the Uchiha clan's strength was the least among the entire Kiba clan. One of the important reasons is the existence of Uchiha Mingye. There was almost a breath left, and Yuzhibo could be rescued by Mingye. If we could include this Uchiha Mingye under our command, it would be a good choice. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 002, Fuyue's worry, Mingye's strength seeking fresh. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Within the territory of the Uchiha tribe. A handsome young man lay on the bed, naked in his upper body. Recalling the gentleness of Gangsho yesterday, a faint smile appeared on Mingye's face. His name is Yuzhibo Mingye, a traveler. In the original world, he was a respected doctor. Now he is a renowned medical ninja in the ninja world. After crossing over, like other travelers, they awakened a system. System, open panel. Host, Yuzhibo Mingye. Age, 17 years old. System, Divine Level Check-in System. Current check-in area, Kiba Ninja Village. Skills, Surgical Fruit, Armed Colorful Dominance, Seeing and Hearing Colorful Dominance, Overlord Colorful Dominance, Navy 6 Styles, Fire Escape Phoenix Fire Technique. Next check-in location, Kiba Garrison, refreshed in 24 hours. That's right, he is a traveler who came from a blue star and became a member of the Uchiha family. As a traveler, Mingye naturally knows the truth that a gun shoots a bird in the head. Moreover, there are many people staring at the Uchiha clan, if he behaves too devilishly. If not guaranteed, someone will secretly hit his attention. So Mingye's strategy is very clear: first be a low-key person and accumulate strength. When the strength is strong enough to dominate, we will naturally settle the accounts with these people. Wait, I'll give you a surprise then. Mingye clenched his fist gently, and a cold killing intent flickered in his gaze. After years of hard work, the results have also been very significant. With the support of the tri-colored dominance and the Navy's Type 6, it is impossible for a typical Shanren to be a match for Mingye. If combined with the power of surgical fruits, Mingye is confident that he has enough self-protection power. I can't fight, but I can still run. But the following 9 tails are a troublesome matter. Mingye frowned, constantly pondering in her mind. In terms of time, although the current Kiba is very powerful, the 9 tails siege is also about to occur. But once the 9 tails siege occurs, the position of the Uchiha clan in Kiba has rapidly declined. There is even a faint trend of being excluded from the core of Kiba's power. Until the end, the 3rd generation instructed Uchiha Itachi, a rebellious young man, to start exterminating the clan. However, the problem is not too serious. We can wait for our strength to become stronger. I will naturally kill these villains with my own hands when the time comes. If the current bright night bursts with all its might, the combat effectiveness in a short period of time is definitely not weak. But the burden of surgery on physical strength is really too great. Even though Mingye has been working hard to strengthen his physical strength, he cannot persist for a long time. This is also the biggest hobby of Mingye on weekdays besides treating illnesses. That's exercising and practicing physical arts. The pinnacle of the ninja world, wait for me. I, Yuzhibo, will stand at the top of this world tomorrow night, overlooking everything. The corners of Mingye's mouth slightly curled up, and the ambition in his eyes was not concealed at all. Bang bang bang. At this moment, the door was knocked. Mingye, whose memories were interrupted, frowned and glanced briefly at the environment outside the window. I suddenly realized that the sky was already bright. Are you there, Lord Mingye? Fuyue clan chief, please go to the police force to attend the commendation ceremony, and Lord Jishue will also be present. I patted my forehead and gave a bitter smile. Tomorrow night. According to his usual routine, he has already woken up to exercise. But yesterday Gangsho was really a bit too crazy. The overnight struggle made him feel a bit tired, and he only woke up now. Got it, come right away. After responding, Mingye immediately lifted the blanket. Prepare a simple wash. It has to be said that his luck seems to be a bit good. As soon as the system refreshed the check-in location to the security team, Fuyue came over and called out to him. It's like someone gave a pillow right after dozing off. However, Yuzhibo Jishue has returned. This is not good news. Although Yuzhibo Jishue Mingye is the top expert of the Yuzhibo clan, he has made remarkable achievements in the Ninja World War. But Mingye is very clear that this guy is completely from the 3rd generation side. The heart is not even within the family. This person is simply a potential insider. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 003, Yuzhibo Stop Water, major events to be announced, fresh. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Within the Kiba garrison. Mingye sat down with Yuzhibo Chiehua and found a seat, without disturbing anyone. Many members of the Uchiha clan are excitedly discussing something, appearing very happy. But there are also many fully armed ninjas in this area, emitting cold killing intent. At first glance, it was clear that the ninja had just returned from the battlefield, and the bloody smell couldn't be hidden. On the journey that I dared to come just now, Mingye also learned a lot about the situation. In this Ninja World War, Kiba's formidable strength was undoubtedly demonstrated as a single enemy. At the same time, two of them are the most outstanding. One is the famous, Yellow Flash, the Wave Wind Water Gate. The other one is the Uchiha Water Stop, known as the strongest member of the Uchiha clan on the surface, with the title of Instant Body Water Stop. Their appearance directly reversed the situation of the ninja war. Of course, others may not know, but tomorrow night is very clear. Within the Uchiha clan, there are naturally more than just one expert who instantly stops water. At least Uchiha Fuyue is a ruthless character. Not many people in the entire ninja world know that Fuyue has already opened the kaleidoscope Sharingan. Master Jishue's strength is really too strong, it's simply the pride of our Yuzhibo clan. Yuzhibo Tiehua said with a proud expression, seemingly genuinely happy for Yuzhibo's water stopping. Mingye smiled casually without any expression. The so-called Yuzhibo water stop may not be inferior in strength, but its brain is indeed not very useful. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been fooled around from beginning to end. Just as Mingye was silently pondering, the door to the conference room was pushed open, and Fuyue took the lead in walking in. Behind him was a child who looked around 10 years old, with 2 tear marks on his face. This person is the parent-child of Fuyue, Uchiha Itachi. He is also a very dazzling genius. TSK, he is indeed a great filial son. Mingye sneered and stared contemptuously at Itachi behind Fuyue. If there is anyone in the ninja world who makes Mingye feel the most disgusted, Uchiha Itachi can rank in the top 3. Yuzhibo Jishue is just a simple fool, so this weasel is both stupid and bad. For the sake of the so-called will of fire, he actually killed his own people in pain. Even their biological parents can handle it, and such people are no different from animals. Moreover, it's okay to deal with ninjas. There are still many civilians within the Uchiha clan, and almost none of them are spared. Mingye even suspected that this weasel might have some mental issues. After all, the people of the Uchiha clan are somewhat extreme in their mental state due to the use of Sharingan. However, Mingye has no interest in correcting Uchiha Itachi. Is it okay to make him go crazy for a while before he goes extinct? On the day of the night of extermination, Mingye came out and shattered all the fantasies of the weasel. Isn't this fragrant? Lord Mingye, why are you laughing? Iron Fire asked with some confusion, confused. Cough, it's nothing, I just thought of something happy. Mingye coughed twice and his face returned to normal. In the tolerance world, strength is the only truth, and all intrigues are floating clouds. As long as the strength of tomorrow night is strong enough, the whole tolerance world is not his the final say. The only thing to do now is to silently sign in. When Mingye can crush these goods with 2 fingers, perhaps the world will be quiet. Alright, everyone, be quiet. Fuyue pressed down on his hand, interrupting everyone's discussion. Today I'm calling everyone here to announce something to everyone. The third ninja war is over, and we, Kiba, have won. A powerful news broke out in an instant, and a huge cheer erupted in the conference room. Even the corners of Mingye's mouth, which had already known everything, slightly curled up. The ninja war has ended, and he doesn't have to treat the wounded every day. He can have more time for himself. Clan leader, where is Lord Jishue? Yeah, how could there be no Lord Jishue at such a critical moment? He is a genius of our Yuzhibo clan. Waterstop is the key figure, without him we wouldn't be so easy. Someone suddenly asked in the conference room. As the most dazzling Uchiha genius on the surface, Uchiha Jishue has naturally attracted much attention. At such an important moment, I didn't even show up, which immediately caused many people's doubts. As soon as these words were spoken, Fuyue's originally calm expression immediately froze. The hands that were originally applauding were also suspended in mid-air, looking somewhat awkward. Stop the water. He went to the Huiying office first and will come later. Maybe it's on its way back now. Fuyue forced a smile and gave a very perfunctory explanation. Below, Mingye's eyes twitched and he almost burst into laughter. This is simply a blatant slap in the face. For the public, even if they want to meet the 3 generations of Hokage, it should be Fuyue, the clan leader representing the Uchiha clan, who has passed by. What's the point of Yuzhibo stopping water and directly acting as an agent? Isn't this a clear statement of estrangement from the wealthy and trying to win over Yuzhibo to stop the flow of water? The skill of Monkey Flying Sun Slash is simply the heart of Sima Zhao, and everyone knows it. What a skilled distancing device. Mingye secretly exclaimed in his heart that the third generation's move was not fatal. Once there is a gap between the water stop and the clan, the power of the Uchiha clan will be greatly weakened. Fuyue coughed twice and interrupted everyone's discussion, cough, cough, and in addition, Lord Huiying also specially commended one of our clan members, Yuzhibo Mingye. As the most powerful medical ninja in Konoha, Uchiha Mingye has saved a large number of lives and will be rewarded in the future. Upon hearing these words, everyone immediately turned their admiring gaze to Mingye's face and cheered one after another. There are two great masters in the clan, one is the strongest spear of Uchiha Shizuki, and the other is the strongest medical ninja of Uchiha Mingye. Most ethnic people directly write the words pride and pride on their faces. Mingye smiled and didn't say much. In his opinion, the so-called reward is just a blatant trap, just push it casually when the time comes. He doesn't believe that the third generation can have such kindness. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 004, the 4th Hokage election, Toyotomi's attitude. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the boiling tribe below, Yuzhibo Fuyue could only sigh helplessly in his heart. Other people can't understand it, can this old martial artist still not know? The third generation first distanced themselves from Uchiha's water stop, and then shifted their focus to Uchiha Mingye. This is to completely cut off the imagination of their Uchiha clan. However, before the worst could come, as the clan leader, he still had confidence in his own people. I hope water stop can make the right choice. Fuyue said in his heart. As long as Jishue is unwilling, the third generation cannot come hard. At present, the Uchiha clan is the largest clan of Kiba, and anyone facing the Uchiha clan must be extremely cautious. Even if you are the Hokage, you cannot bear the responsibility of confronting the Uchiha clan head-on and causing internal strife. Also, I have to announce something. After the end of the Ninja War, the third generation of Hokage adults have publicly announced that preparations for the 4th Hokage election will also begin. A more explosive news came out. The originally noisy conference room immediately fell silent. Everyone understands the importance of this news, even Mingye's eyes are slightly narrowed. According to common sense, as the strongest clan of Kiba, he is also one of the heroes of the Ninja War. Fuyue is clearly a strong competitor to the 4th generation Hokage. Once Fuyue becomes the 4th generation Hokage, combined with the current flourishing status of the Uchiha clan, I'm afraid the Uchiha clan's control over the village will reach a very terrifying level. No one knows this simple truth, and many Uchiha people's eyes immediately became hot. Once Fuyue's election is successful, their good days will also come. Patriarch, we support you. The 4th generation Hokage belongs to our Uchiha clan, and the leader of the Fuyue clan is the best candidate. That's right, the first generation of Hokage should have belonged to our Uchiha clan, and it's not too late now. In terms of qualifications, the leader of Fuyue clan is probably the most suitable candidate. With strong strength and rich experience, he is simply the best candidate for Huiying. Mingye smiled, these people are really innocent. What does being a Hokage after the fact depend on one's qualifications? If Fuyue had become a fire shadow, the Uchiha clan would have died even faster. Can the third generation watch such a thing happen? The Uchiha clan will act as a fire shadow, and then give him the ape flying clan a plowing and sweeping hole. Is it true that this fiery shadow, which has been in power for the longest time, cannot be decorated? Silence. Fuyue patted the table and said very seriously, I have already applied to the 3rd generation Hokage adults, and I will withdraw from this 4th generation Hokage election. I hope everyone doesn't speculate recklessly and does their job well. Fuyue is also suffering in his heart. Who wouldn't want to be a Huiying? But the situation is really not right now. If I had to run for election in a high-profile manner, I'm afraid there wouldn't be any good outcome. The internal suppression of Uchiha by Kiba has begun to be blatant and undisguised. He dare not gamble. As the clan leader, it is always his responsibility to protect his people. After speaking, a group of people below the stage were momentarily confused. What kind of situation is this? Everyone's head was covered in question marks, with a puzzled expression on their face. With their level of political, harmonious, governance, it is really difficult to understand the key. The attaché behind Fuyue had a cold expression on his face, looking down at the people below, but he had no sense of identification in his heart. Are they all for the sake of boring rites? Where exactly is the meaning of human life? At a young age, he has already had extraordinary experiences and naturally disdains to communicate with ordinary people. Alright, this meeting ends here. Itachi, come back with me. After speaking, Fuyue left the scene with Itachi's head without looking back. Only a group of people were left staring and full of doubts. TSK, these people's sense of smell is also a bit poor. Mingye looked around at the crowd and shook his head helplessly. I'm afraid the people of Uchiha still consider themselves the heroes of the village and will receive more respect in the future. However, what awaits them is the most brutal struggle. A right struggle that could lead to the extinction of one's race if one is not careful. However, this cannot be blamed on them. Perhaps God has opened a window for the Uchiha clan, and those with Sharingan are incredibly powerful. But it closed the door to their wisdom, and under the influence of the Sharingan, there were hardly any normal people in the Uchiha clan. Most of them are diodes that easily go to extremes, constantly wanting to destroy the world. Mingye smiled and slowly left the scene. Today he has already obtained the information he wants, and the rest doesn't matter anymore. As for who exactly is the fourth generation Hokage, he doesn't care. As long as it doesn't affect his check-in, even if he changes to a dog and becomes a fire shadow, Mingye doesn't care. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 005, The Proposal of the Third Generation and the Attitude of Stopping Water, Seeking Freshness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the other side, inside the Huiying office. Not bad, not bad. You are indeed an excellent ninja. Sandai looked at Jishui in front of him with a kind and amiable expression, not at all pretending. Yuzhibo, who was half kneeling on the ground, stared at Sandai with admiration in his eyes and an excited expression on his face. Jishui just did what he should have done. As a genius of the Uchiha clan, he is different from other members of the clan. His gaze had long crossed over the tribe and set his sights on the peace of the village. And the third generation, on the other hand, is the most revered Hokage of Jishui, without one. You did a great job and didn't disappoint my expectations. Just like Uchiha, who sacrificed his life for the village, you will also become a great ninja like him. Implementing the will of fire, this is our life as Kiba people. The third generation stroked their beard with a smile on their face, their old face resembling an open chrysanthemum. Although it looks very appreciative on the face, I don't think so in my heart. At first, he just wanted to casually touch it, but he didn't expect this water stop to be a brainless powder. In just a few words, the three generations coaxed the water stop, even forgetting their own clan members. Where can we find such a simple-minded and powerful thug? As long as the timing is appropriate, the third generation will immediately speak in the name of the will of fire, demanding that Jishui take action against the Uchiha clan. And he can sit firmly on the high platform, watching the internal strife of the Uchiha clan. It's a perfect plan to easily defeat the Yuzhibo clan without spending a single soldier. However, when he thought of the Uchiha clan, the eyebrows of the third generation furrowed again. Stop water, there's something I hope you can do, your identity is more suitable. Jishue nodded and said thoughtlessly, please instruct me, third generation, and I will definitely follow Jishue's instructions. As long as it is commanded by the third Hokage, even if it is to take his life, Jishue will not hesitate to agree. In his view, all the commands of the three generations are a manifestation of the will of fire, all for the peace of the village. In this ninja world war, there is someone I really care about. Yuzhibo Mingye. Sandai's eyes narrowed slightly, and a faint hint of killing intent appeared on his face. His expertise in medical ninjutsu is not even comparable to that of Gangzhou. With him around, the Uchiha clan has preserved many strong ones. Jishue was taken aback for a moment, then immediately nodded and said, yes, Yuzhibo Mingye's medical ninjutsu is indeed very powerful. With almost one breath, it can be saved. The name of Yuzhibo Mingye is naturally known for its ability to stop water. Although there are few opportunities for the two to meet, Jishue still greatly admires this member of his tribe. After all, they are all guardians of the will of fire, like the Konoha ninjas. As Huiying, I naturally crave talents immensely. Sandai Huiying smiled kindly, without any hint of cunning. According to common sense, the strength of a powerful medical ninja is generally not too poor. Staying in Uchiha's medical team is really a waste of talent. I want him to become the exclusive medical ninja of Hokage. Just like you, become my most trusted subordinate. The words were spoken without any leakage, as if truly worrying about talent being buried. The water stop of one tendon was immediately moved. You truly deserve to be the third generation Hokage Lord. Jishue stared at Sandai with a look of admiration, his eyes filled with respect. You can first test the strength of Yuzhibo Mingye for me. Then convey my opinion to him. After all, a genius should have a position that suits him, rather than falling into the Uchiha clan. Sandai said with a regretful expression. This Uchiha Mingye has always made him feel restless. If he's just a medical ninja, that's all. After all, the doctor is just a logistics personnel. If this Yuzhibo Mingye hides his strength, then it's just a waste. Maybe it will interfere with his plan in the future. So it's best to investigate in advance. I understand the water stop, I'll do it immediately. Jishue nodded forcefully, clearly agreeing with the words spoken by the third generation. With a flash of his figure, he disappeared directly into the office. After a moment, confirmed that the water stop has left. The originally gentle expression on the face of the third generation suddenly disappeared, replaced by a cold and indifferent expression. After solving Yuzhibo Mingye, it's time for me to step back from behind the scenes. The cold forest color flashed in the eyes of the three generations. As the ultimate controller on the surface, despite its unparalleled glory, it also bears a lot of responsibilities. Not to mention anything else, there are countless assassination attempts alone. Moreover, although Kiba was the winner of the ninja war this time, the village also suffered a lot of losses. I have almost finished beating the foundation of the wooden leaves. Almost half of the elite ninjas were injured or killed. Someone naturally has to bear the consequences of such a terrifying situation. And all of this, some people naturally shifted their gaze to his body, the monkey flying sun slayer. This kind of vague pressure has made his three generations very unhappy, but there is no excuse to vent. Humph, as long as the plan is successful, everything can't escape my palm. A fierce expression flashed in the eyes of the third generation. The solution to the problem is for him to step back behind the scenes. Hanging the curtain to listen to politics. In this way, he still holds great power for three generations, and he also has an obvious scapegoat. Of course, there is also a prerequisite for completing all of this. That is to say, the fourth generation Hokage must obediently and honestly make a puppet. So, it is absolutely impossible for him to make the people of the Uchiha clan become Hokage. If necessary, he will go to war with the Uchiha clan at all costs. P.S. in the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. Readers, please take a look. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The new book period is crucial, and we hope that readers can provide more support. Also, let me talk about the update rules, with a total of 10,000 words per day and updates of around 4 to 5 chapters. 3,000 fresh flowers and 1 more chapter. 1,000 reviews and 1 more chapter. Reward 3 people and add 1 chapter. I hope readers can strongly support me. The new book period is crucial, and we hope that readers can provide more support. Also, let me talk about the update rules, with a total of 10,000 words per day and updates of around 4 to 5 chapters. 3,000 fresh flowers and 1 more chapter. 1,000 reviews and 1 more chapter. Reward 3 people and add 1 chapter. I hope readers can strongly support me. The new book period is crucial, and we hope that readers can provide more support. Also, let me talk about the update rules, with a total of 10,000 words per day and updates of around 4 to 5 chapters. 3,000 fresh flowers and 1 more chapter. 1,000 reviews and 1 more chapter. Reward 3 people and add 1 chapter. I hope readers can strongly support me. The new book period is crucial, and we hope that readers can provide more support. Also, let me talk about the update rules, with a total of 10,000 words per day and updates of around 4 to 5 chapters. 3,000 fresh flowers and 1 more chapter. 1,000 reviews and 1 more chapter. Reward 3 people and add 1 chapter. I hope readers can strongly support me. 006, the idea of stopping water makes Fuyue unhappy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The core area of the land of the Uchiha tribe. A person was approaching at lightning speed not far away, and with every flicker of their body, the distance had narrowed by half. This person is exactly the water stop that came out of the Huiying office. The purpose of Jishue's visit to the Yuzhibo tribe is also very simple. Firstly, it is to search for Mingye, and secondly, it is to make a simple handover with Fuyue. From today on, he will completely put down the burden given by his family and wholeheartedly stay by the side of the third generation to work. In a certain conference room. Fuyue clan chief, Jishue has returned. Jishue bowed slightly to Fuyue's back. After a moment of silence, Fuyue turned his back to Jishue and asked, why didn't he come back in the first place? His face is not very good looking. As a clan leader, Fuyue felt a sense of being ignored. Especially when this person is still at Uchiha Stop Water. Fuyue clan chief, Jishue is just reporting to Lord Huiying first. Jishue's face remained unchanged, and there was no ripple in his voice. In his opinion, reporting to Hokage first is what he should do. Fuyue turned around, his slightly questioning eyes fixed on Jishue, as if he wanted to question something. However, in the end, Fuyue gave up. Forget it, let's talk about Lord Huiying's situation. It's not a good thing to have a standoff with Jishue at this time. Fuyue can only hope that Jishue is still concerned about this family. Lord Hokage expressed that the Uchiha clan has made outstanding military achievements and should be commended. We will receive some reward specifically from the Uchiha clan at that time. Is that all that's left? Yes. Hehe, thank you so much. The dissatisfaction on Fuyue's face flashed by, and his inner resentment towards the high-ranking officials of Ming grew stronger. In this ninja war, the Uchiha clan was almost used by the death squad on the spot. Wherever the dead die, the Uchiha clan is located. If it weren't for the presence of a medical ninja like Mingye, the Uchiha clan would probably have lost a lot of staff. The result is that the third generation is just a light reward. It's a bit insulting. However, it's not easy for Fuyue to express anything on his face at this time. Fuyue clan chief, Lord Huiying has already instructed me. Starting from today, I will no longer accept tasks within the clan and focus on handling Lord Huiying's instructions. The voice of the water stop spoke with a hint of excitement. As someone who idolizes the third-generation Hokage, this kind of transfer is undoubtedly recognized by the third generation. Hehe, great. Fuyue's face suddenly turned ugly, and he gritted his teeth and said, then you can stay with Huiying well from now on. The affairs within the clan will have nothing to do with you in the future. Sure enough. The fox tail of the third-generation old thing still leaked out. As soon as he opened his mouth, he immediately transferred Yuzhibo Jishue out of the Yuzhibo clan. This behavior is simply digging the foundation of the Uchiha clan. Jishue seemed to see Fuyue's displeasure, but he could only sigh in his heart. The will of the clan leader is not firm enough. Compared to the affairs of the village, what is the family worth? But he also has no intention of continuing to persuade Fuyue. The conflict between the village and the family may not be resolved in the short term. But Jishue believes in one thing very much. Once Fuyue knows the good intentions of the 3 generations of Huiying adults, he will definitely repent. And his Yuzhibo water stop will become a bridge between the village and the family. Of course, if Yuzhibo Mingye could also stand with him. So it will definitely help the Uchiha clan understand the will of fire faster. After a moment of silence, Jishue spoke again and asked. Your Highness, is Yuzhibo in the clan at night? This sentence instantly alerted Fuyue. As a super medical ninja within the clan, Uchiha Minamiya's fame is not even worse than his clan leader. What do you want to do? Fuyue's eyes narrowed slightly, and a bad premonition appeared in his heart. Is it difficult for the third generation to repeat the old trick and poach Yuzhibo Mingye? Lord Hokage wants to establish a Hokage medical class and make Uchiha Mingye the class leader. If I could work with Lord Huiying, I'm afraid Mingye Jun would also be very happy. Jishue said sincerely, with an expression that didn't seem to be fake. Sure enough. The third generation is ready to dig up Uchiha Mingye as well. This is to completely drain the Uchiha clan. Fuyue's face remained unchanged, but his thoughts kept colliding in his heart. From the current situation, it is almost inevitable that there will be a conflict between the Uchiha clan and the senior management of Kiba. From the worst-case scenario, it is not impossible for both sides to turn against each other. Perhaps this is a test. If the third generation were to poach Uchiha Minamiya with just one command, it would indicate that Uchiha Minamiya and he are not one heart. On the contrary, if 3 generations cannot dig up Uchiha Mingye no matter what, then this Uchiha Mingye can become his confidant. In the future, the Uchiha clan can have another true core. Moreover, Fuyue has always had some doubts about Uchiha Mingye. From the history of the ninja world, almost all powerful medical ninjas themselves have terrifying abilities. For example, Gangs Ho. So, what about this Uchiha Mingye who never shows off his beauty without leaking water? Can he also be a master who hides his strength? Fuyue is also very curious in his heart. I don't know the location of Mingye either. Go find it yourself. Fuyue restrained his anger and said calmly. Jishue was not surprised by this answer, he just nodded and turned around to leave. He also has a lot of curiosity about Uchiha Mingye. As for his position, as long as you are still in my village, you are not afraid of not being able to find it. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 007, Gouyu writes Will Eyes, new check-in location. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the evening. In a small forest of leaves. Burn for youth, the green and blue beasts of wood leaves. Mingye Jun, take a punch from me. The sound of fist and foot collisions occasionally mixed with some strange cries. Two figures constantly intertwined in the forest, and a strong wind blew in, causing the leaves to tremble. One of them is naturally Mingye, while the other is Kai wearing tight-fitting clothes. Bang! Another violent collision occurred, with both sides punching head-on and the powerful shockwave breaking several large trees around them. Kai, with his thick eyebrows, big eyes, and watermelon skin hairstyle, took a few steps back fiercely. After sinking his feet into the ground and pulling out two long marks, he finally stopped. On the other hand, Mingye casually shook his fist. His handsome face, combined with his tall figure, made people couldn't help but feel good about him. Kai, I won again this time. Ha ha ha, I am truly the Mingye Lord, but I will not give up, burning my youth. Mingye shook her head helplessly and waved her hand, saying, all right, stop talking. This person is just a living sophomore. Strange words always burst out of my mouth. Even Mingye couldn't bear it anymore. Stop fighting, I need to go back. After speaking, Mingye flashed away from the small forest. As a traveler, my biggest hobby on weekdays is exercising and practicing physical arts. For no other reason, it's just to become a warrior with high attack, high defense, and high health, just like those perverts in Pirates. Instead of becoming the crispy assassin in the Hokage, the kind that shatters at a touch. In the room of Mingye within the Uchiha tribe. Wow! Mingye stepped out of the bathtub and walked towards the mirror. TSK, what a perfect figure. Looking at the sharp diamond-shaped muscles and tall figure in the mirror, I'm afraid there's no better one in the world than this. After enjoying it for a while, Mingye lay directly in bed, completely relaxing his body. System, signed in immediately. Ding, congratulations on successfully checking in. The host has obtained writing will I3 Gouyu. Do you want to merge immediately? Mingye suddenly raised an eyebrow, which is quite interesting. System, will this thing affect my emotions and judgment? No way. Mingye suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. The reason why I dare not casually open the writing will I is here. From the history of the Uchiha clan, it can be seen that few who have opened the Sharingan have normal brains. Even Mingye suspected, is this an external symptom of mental illness? However, since the system says there is no problem, Mingye is no longer worried. Let's merge. A warm current appeared at the location of the pupils in the bright night. A itching sensation began to appear in the eyeballs, as if some strange change had occurred. About half an hour later, Mingye slowly opened his eyes. The originally dark and ink-like pupils have disappeared, replaced by a pair of crimson and blood-like 3 jade writing will eyes. Not bad. Focusing slightly, Mingye discovered that the world seemed to have undergone some wonderful changes. Even mosquitoes flying outside the window can clearly see the texture on their wings. And the world seems to have been slowed down, all the movements are very clear in Mingye's eyes. Seeing and hearing the domineering colors. My eyes suddenly closed, and an invisible perception immediately spread. Instantly enveloping the entire Yuzhibo family. After realizing that no one was peeping at her, Mingye had a very bold idea in her heart. What would happen if the surgical fruit and the writing will I were paired together? As soon as this idea appeared, Mingye's heart could no longer stop. Divine Domain. With one hand supporting it, a semi-transparent spherical space immediately appeared in the room. Compared to Luo calling him room, Mingye still prefers the name Shinyu. In this space, Mingye is a god. There is no pre-casting shake, he can freely swap the positions of all things. That is to say, the ultimate speed, coupled with the observation ability of the writing will I. Mingye can be said to be an invincible existence within the divine realm. Who? After a brief attempt, Mingye immediately regained his strength. The combination of writing will eyes and surgical results is also a huge burden on physical strength. Mingye smiled bitterly and shook her head, with a slightly helpless expression on her face. Putting these two blue-consuming big spenders together, most people may not be able to hold on for a few minutes. Even bright nights cannot be consumed for a long time. This is also the reason why Mingye has been exercising and practicing physical arts all along. The body is the foundation of battle. System, open the panel and take a look at the next check-in location. Host, Yuzhibo Mingye. Age, 17 years old. System, Divine Level Check-in System. Current check-in area, Kiba Ninja Village. Skills, Surgical Fruit, 3 Go Jade Will Eyes, Armed Color Dominance, Seeing and Hearing Color Dominance, Overlord Color Dominance, Navy 6 Styles, Fire Escape Phoenix Fire Technique. Next check-in location, above the head of the 3rd generation Hokage rock, refreshed in 24 hours. Mingye's face suddenly became strange. The top of the 3rd generation Huiying rock. The Nima family is still alive, why don't you let me step on their head? If that old and immortal from the 3rd generation were to see it, he would probably be furious on the spot. Forget it, what's the relationship between his anger and me? Mingye shook his head and stopped thinking about this question. Anyway, just sign in and leave. Who would be idle and keep staring at Huiying Rock? Besides, what if the 3rd generation sees it? Does he dare to go to war with the Uchiha clan now? I feel upset in my heart, so I have to hold it back. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 008, Stepping on the Soles of the 3rd Generation, The Surprise of Stopping Water. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day. Tomorrow night, I had already washed up early and opened the door to welcome the sunrise. How do you feel like the sky in this ninja world is so blue? After preparation, I walked into the courtyard tomorrow night. Take a deep breath and concentrate your energy in one spot. Bang! A punch was thrown out, directly forming an air cannon shell in the air. One move in one fell swoop, with fierce movements like thunderous force. The movements of practicing boxing are as light as flying, as heavy as thunder, shaped like a tiger catching rabbits, and as divine as a cat catching mice. After a moment, Mingye slowly stopped. Feeling the surging power of the yellow river in his body, Mingye nodded with satisfaction. Since entering the ninja world, daily physical exercise has been essential. How can one support long-term use of surgical fruits without a strong body? Especially now with the addition of a writing will eye, it is even more important to strengthen physical fitness. It's almost time. Looking up at the sky, it's time to sign in at Huiying Rock. With a fierce force under his feet, Mingye immediately turned into a silhouette and headed straight towards Huiying Rock. For ordinary people, they may have to walk a distance of an hour, and tomorrow night only takes about 10 minutes. Hey, someone is tracking me. As soon as he left the territory of Uchiha, Mingye immediately felt a few faint breaths hanging far behind. Thanks to its powerful aura of sight, hearing, and color, Mingye's perception far exceeds that of ordinary ninjas. This cold and gloomy aura seems to be from people in the dark and at the roots. Her eyes narrowed slightly, and this unusual combination immediately caught Mingye's attention. Although there were people staring at him in the past, he was usually a lone wolf. There were so many people today, which indicates that something must have happened. Humph, then you guys should follow along well. Mingye sneered, not intending to expose these people. The pace under my feet became increasingly rapid, and the speed suddenly climbed to a level, wanting to shake off the people behind me. The person following behind naturally stopped water in Uchiha. Do you really have hidden strength? You truly deserve to be a 3rd-generation adult. Jishue smiled as if everything was under control. Powerful medical ninjutsu must be accompanied by powerful strength. It seems that this Uchiha Mingye is indeed a master. However, it's probably impossible for you to get rid of me. The chakra inside rushed crazily towards the feet, and the water stop had to start taking it seriously. If he loses even a medical ninja, he won't have the face to face the third generation Hokage. And all of this has been seen by the third generation. Hehe, did you really hide your strength? It's really not easy, Yuzhibo Mingye. In the Hokage office, the third generation observed the movements of both sides through a crystal ball. The expression on his face became increasingly subtle. If we could find a way to tame Yuzhibo Mingye, it would be like 3 birds with 1 stone. One can harvest a powerful medical ninja. Secondly, it can directly combat the arrogance of the Uchiha clan. Sanlai was able to bring back her disciple Gangzhou. Isn't she related to Yuzhibo Mingye? When the time comes, Yuzhibo and Mingye will all come back obediently. Can Gungate still run? Thinking of this, a sinister smile couldn't help but appear on the faces of the third generation. The gaze towards Mingye also became increasingly hot. TSK, let Yuzhibo stop water and deal with Yuzhibo Mingye. What a vicious plan. You really deserve it, Ri-Jean. A hoarse voice came and a person covered in bandages walked out of the corner. With his appearance, a cold and gloomy aura spread, as if the temperature had dropped significantly. This person is naturally a group collector. So, you also took action against each other. Sandai took 2 puffs of smoke and said indifferently. I gave you the water stop back then. Tuanzang's face was cold and his voice hoarse as he said, I'll take this Uchiha Mingye. I'm very interested in his medical ninjutsu. I hope you can hand him over to me. It is obvious that Tuanzang is interested in the identity of Mingye's strongest medical ninja. Sandai glanced at Tuanzang and said in a very plain tone, we can't move the Uchiha clan yet. The situation in Myoba is still unstable. If you act rashly, it may cause unrest in the village, and I will never allow such a situation to occur. Tuanzang smiled faintly, neither refuting nor expressing agreement. In his opinion, this Yuzhibo is always in his hands, just waiting for a while longer. With the medical ninjutsu of Uchiha Minamiya, I believe the plan can take another big step forward. Hey, what did he run to Huiying Rock for? After their conversation, the third generation glanced at the crystal ball. A puzzled expression immediately appeared on his face. According to past intelligence, this Uchiha Mingye's favorite thing is to wander around aimlessly. But every time it appears, there is no pattern. Moreover, Uchiha Minamiya just stood for a moment in a daze before leaving. This extremely abnormal behavior has always puzzled the third generation. I didn't expect Uchiha Minamiya to perform such a very strange behavior again today. I don't know. Sandai shook his head and stared intently at the scene inside the crystal ball. On the other hand, Mingye and Jishue, one in front and one behind, directly shook off the other people in the dark and at the roots. The huge Huiying rock became increasingly clear in their eyes, and the speed of Mingye also slowly slowed down. Now he has figured out the identity of the people behind him. Isn't this Mingye Jun? It's not very safe to run out alone. Jishue slowly walked out of the dark corner, his face half covered with a mask, unable to show his expression. At this point, the water stop is no longer covering up. Anyway, it's all about getting in touch in the end. Just taking a walk. Mingye smiled slightly, not paying any attention to the words of stopping the water. As if ignoring the water stop, walk straight through it and move forward. I came specifically to see you this time. Third generation Hokage Lord highly values you and has asked me to assess you. You should cherish this opportunity well, not everyone can be defeated by the third generation Hokage Lord. Speaking in general, it came to an abrupt end immediately. Yuzhibo Jishue stared blankly at what was happening in front of him. Bastard, how dare you step on the head of the third generation Hokage Lord? I saw Mingye taking a step and directly stepping on the third generation Hokage rock. Mingye looked at Jishue with confusion and said, what did you say? I didn't hear you clearly. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it. 009, Immortal Body Reward, The Frustration of Stopping Water, Seeking Freshness. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Such a comical scene appeared. In the heart of Jishue, the 3 generations of Hokage has always been an immensely great existence. A great leader who led the village to win the ninja war and move towards prosperity. Now, this leader has been trampled on by Mingye. Even if it's not a real person, it's just a fiery shadow rock. Jishue was stunned on the spot, unable to speak for a long time. Not only Yuzhibo Jishue was shocked. The 3rd generation and Tuanzang who watched through the crystal ball were also stunned. Hahaha, this is Yuzhibo Mingye, he is indeed an interesting guy. Tuanzang suddenly burst into laughter. In front of the 3rd generation, step on his Hokage rock. Beat people but not face them. This Uchiha Mingye is really not easy. No one in the entire village has ever dared to embarrass 3 generations like this. Yuzhibo Mingye is considered the first one. Humph. The 3rd generation's face was not very good looking, and they snorted coldly to express their dissatisfaction. Even though his castle was so deep, he couldn't help but feel angry inside. But the group is hiding here, and he doesn't want to have a direct attack. I could only take a deep breath and suppress my anger. On the other side, Mingye looked at Jishue, who was stunned in place, with a puzzled expression on his face. What's wrong with this unlucky child? Did you take the wrong medicine in the morning? Forget it. Mingye shook his head and ignored the stagnant water stop. System, signed in immediately. Ding, the current location of the host is at the top of the 3rd generation Hokage rock. Sign in immediately. Successfully signed in and obtained 1,000-handed pillar immortal body, fire escape extinguishing fire, and seeing and hearing colorful dominance advanced. The reward has been successfully sent to the host's personal warehouse, and details can be viewed at any time. Tomorrow night immediately froze, it seems that today's check-in reward is good. System, check the details now. 1,000-handed pillar immortal human body, with specially extracted power from the system, you can directly obtain a large number of chakras, making you a humanoid-tailed beast and also increasing your physical strength to a certain extent, very powerful. Fire escape fire extinguishing. The caster gathers chakra at the back of their throat and spits out a large flame that looks like seawater in the front, with a very large range and excellent ability to deal with groups. Wensei Ba Chi, advanced. With this level of Wensei Ba Chi, the perception range and accuracy will be greatly expanded, and it will also be more difficult to detect. It is essential for killing people and setting fires. As expected. The corners of Mingye's mouth slightly curled up. This check-in reward is second only to the one who received the surgical result. Open the panel. Host, Yuzhibo Mingye. Age, 17 years old. System, Divine Level Check-in System. Current check-in area, Kiba Ninja Village. Skills, Surgical Fruit, 3 Go Jade Riding Will I, Armed Color Dominance, Seeing and Hearing Color Dominance, Advanced, Overlord Color Dominance, Navy 6 Styles, Fire Escape Phoenix Fire Art. Next check-in location, refresh in 3 months. Note, the longer the refresh interval between designated check-in locations, the richer the rewards. Mingye nodded secretly, the next sign-in would be 3 months later. As for the reward obtained for checking in today, tomorrow night is not prepared to merge immediately. Not to mention anything else, just the terrifying physique of the immortal human body may not be able to move during fusion. There is still a water stop watching next to it now. This is not a good opportunity. Suddenly, several figures suddenly emerged from the small grove of trees. He is the dark and rooted person who was previously shaken off by Mingye and Jishue. Mingye Jun, your behavior is not appropriate. Jishue also reacted and stared at Mingye with a gloomy expression. Several people from the dark roots arranged in a fan-shaped pattern, surrounding the bright knight. As a worshipper of the 3 generations of Hokage, it is impossible for Jishue to watch Mingye insult the 3 generations. However, considering that we are all working for Lord Hokage, I can forgive you this time. This is a code of action, I hope you can take a good look. Get into work mode as soon as possible and work for Lord Huiying with peace of mind. Jishue took out a small booklet that had been prepared long ago and threw it directly to Mingye. Yugong, he and Mingye are both ninjas of Konoha, so it's really difficult to get into a conflict. In private, they all come from the same family and have the same bloodline in their bodies. So Jishue forgave Mingye this time. But Mingye on the side was somewhat stunned. Serving the 3rd generation. Is this kid okay with his brain? When did you agree? How strong does she think the appeal of the 3rd generation is? Do you think giving a command will make you stick it upside down on your own? In fact, that's true, but that's what Jishue thinks in his heart. Serving Huiying and contributing to the peace of the village is such a glorious thing. Many people can't even find a way out. Now that Mingye has this opportunity, we should cherish it well. Take a good look at the content inside, I think you will gain something. Mingye glanced at the booklet in his hand with a strange expression and casually opened it. The duty of a ninja is to obey the orders of the Hokage, even in death. Huiying is the supreme existence of my village, and authority must not be offended. The fire shadow is the embodiment of the will of fire, and the fire shadow is the core of the wood leaf. Taking a casual look, Mingye's face suddenly became strange. This is simply a complete brainwashing book. I completely treat Huiying as a god. Looking at things for a long time, I guess my heart can be twisted. No wonder this Yuzhibo Jishue looks like a fanatical believer, it turns out that he has seen too much of these things. Sorry, I'm not interested. Then, like throwing garbage, I directly threw away this booklet. Mingye turned around and prepared to leave. Humph, you can't leave. Such behavior immediately angered Jishue, and a flicker immediately stopped Mingye. I have another task this time, which is to assess your strength. Lord Huiying believes that your strength has exceeded the ninja level by too much, and you should be assessed in a timely manner to improve your ninja level. Soft ones don't work, prepare for hard ones first to stop water. Give Mingye a blow and kill her pride. I will personally assess you, take on the recruitment. P.S. In the new book period, everyone's support is crucial to me. The author will work hard to update it every day, and those who have free flowers, monthly tickets, and recommendation tickets can all vote for it.